Hi everyone. Good day. I am going to talk and share with you about our very recent OpenShift implementation we have done for our customer in UAE with a case study. This case study covers the business opportunity, problems, and solution what we have presented. We have spent quite some time on the systems and collaborated with technical and leadership team to fulfill the customer business requirements. Our customer is in UAE and they are one of the leading financial institution in Dubai and other parts in UAE. I am not going to disclose the confidential details about customer. However, I will provide the details about the core implementation and problems. The implementation is based on VMware environment v6.7 and we have considered OpenShift version 4.8.11. Recent stable version with N-1 strategy. This implementation is very new, and this is the first kind for customer to host the orchestration tool which is OpenShift. We have implemented with two different phases. Phase 1 covers only dev and QA and whereas production environment participated in phase 2. Moving next. Before we jump into the OpenShift implementation, let me quickly introduce CloudGrade in 30 seconds. CloudGrade is a training delivery company who we also implement OpenShift for our customers. Implementation includes setting up the technical strategy for customers for smooth production operations. We are experienced OpenShift consultants who is having deep OpenShift product knowledge on versions 4x and 3x, older versions. We do the consulting for companies for solution design and implement the environments for customers. We established our company in 2019, exactly at the time of Corona first wave, and have completed 6 major implementations and trained more than 200 plus professionals in OpenShift product. We are also specialists in Red Hat OpenShift and IBM Cloud Paks products, both consulting and implementation. We have created few popular courses on OpenShift that includes OpenShift Zero to Hero, OpenShift Fundamentals, OpenShift Hands-on Labs. We also provide one-to-one technical support for individuals and provide production support for companies. Please feel free to reach us with your requirements and we are happy to support you. Moving next. As mentioned earlier, customer is a financial institution. They have strong technical leadership team on hosting the application services. They are large VMware shop with fully restricted environment with military grade security. They are relatively new to orchestration tool which is OpenShift, and this is the first time they are moving to containers. They have selected the eligible application candidates for the microservices which they want to host from OpenShift. Their business depends on IT systems and their applications. Application unavailability or performance, scalability issues are very costly for them and it is directly dependent on the trust and reputational issues. Customer has more than 40 plus applications with criticality status, low, medium, and highly critical. Initial plan is to host 3 applications followed to 17 applications totally identified for phase 1. We have focused primarily on the OpenShift environment design and implementation and all their applications are vendor-based and is ready to deploy on OpenShift. The end objective is for them to move the traditional way of hosting JBoss as a service to OpenShift-based services. Customers want us to take ownership on end-to-end design, implementation and fixed-time production go-live support. Moving next. We present this case study with 4 different categories for you to understand easily that cover both from business opportunity and technical solution perspective. Category 1. Business challenges. The top business challenges what we received from customer was having legacy vendor-based applications with traditional JBoss middleware environment. There are a lot of problems on the environment and applications and when they restart the application services, the situation was that they have to closely monitor the unstable environment. The traditional based JBoss as a service form contains 300 plus JBoss instances, which they have very complicated old school solution to manage the environment. Another critical problem was that, for every change or deployment, the team needs to plan well ahead to implement either infra changes or application changes. They do not have any automation in place, which all manual changes on the environment. Every week they implement more than 80 plus changes. Scalability was an issue for them, as complete manual activity require for them to discuss a lot and make good decisions for increasing the capacity. Performance and slowness issues are another key poison for them, as it hampered their services availability and end users' trust. Altogether, customer was not happy with the existing environment, and it was an unstable firefighting environment. Category 2: Solution and Opportunity. We have advised and directed customer to go with orchestration tool, which is OpenShift. We have explained pros and cons about the platform, and more importantly matching with their existing problems which require medicine immediately. We have designed solution to implement JBoss as a service hosted from OpenShift version 4.8.11 on VMware vSphere 6.7. We have suggested the DevOps with Jenkins initially to make sure the default pipelines and processes in place. Also suggested to use Ansible for making automations. Strong API-based service hosting with flexibility of managing the deployments and self-healing is one good solution for them. Category 3: Post-implementation. We addressed the key problems, including the application services are converted as microservices, so loosely coupled. DevOps simplified their operations. Dynamic workload handling ability enabled, so they have less worry about the overall capacity for handling dynamic workloads. They also enabled with Ansible Tower and implemented few key automations for their day-to-day tasks. Category 4: When the problems are converted as opportunity, the benefits are huge. Zero downtime deployment, and they don't have to plan for getting downtime for deploying or upgrading the application services. Self-healing feature has been demonstrated, and this solves their long-running hang issues, along with some other benefits we bring to the table. Moving next. Solution side, the design goes with changes of number of nodes and resource allocation for the specific environment. Development and QA environment goes with 3 masters and 3 workers, each with 6 cores. But the production goes with 16 cores and 15 worker nodes. For non-production environment, we used HA proxy with 1 instance each. No failover enabled for HA proxy layer. For production environment, we had enabled the failover for load balancer. We have segregation of internal and external traffic. For internal traffic, we used 2 instances of HA proxy, and for external traffic, we used existing F5 load balancer. Moving next. The preparation work we have done was to show them the containerized application with standalone podman. We have finally installed Red Hat OpenShift v4.8.11 using OP, air-gap installation, podman and internal registry, installed separate Jenkins and created central pipelines, installed OpenShift Container Storage, OCS, for external storage, set up HT password, LDAP and created RBAC for org roles. Installed OpenShift Compliance Operator for vulnerability scanning, etched backups, and VM-level backups suggested. Splunk integration with FluentD enabled. Elk was the proposed solution. Grafana, Prometheus enabled and activated. GitLabs installed and integrated. Later planned. Challenges faced. We have got problems in terms of network layer, especially on firewall rules for the port addition, as the node-to-node communication was broken. F5 load balancer created problems as the SSL pass-through mode with certificate was a problem. We have also faced a problem in terms of proxy enablement and disablement for getting the images pulled from local registry. We faced problems changing the existing registry from Podman to Central Anti-Factory. We have received EOF error during the time of installing cluster. Post-launching the VM, we could not log in to individual node. OpenShift Admin console domain name was not available, and that caused by OpenShift authentication and console operators. Moving next. We have transformed the manual activities to automated environment. Every task and manual activities got reviewed and automated. We have received NPS rate with 10 out of 10 along with customer reference. This is overall successful implementation. Moving next. The best part in this engagement was we had very good collaboration with customer team, technical and management leadership team. We had received frequent architecture changes on the topology with the requirements from customer, and at one point we had to freeze the requirements. We also faced several problems that took longer time to resolve, but we had resolved all the problems successfully and launched cluster. Overall, this is a successful implementation. With this, I am completing the case study. For any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you and have a great day.